Allez, salut tout le monde les gens et bienvenue pour ce nouvel épisode du Catirain. Donc oui, maintenant, depuis l'annonce vidéo des 7 ans de la Salut tout le monde les gens prod, et ben maintenant vous aurez le jeu en 1080p, hein, donc direct en 1080p. Donc voilà voilà comment ça va se passer. Hein. Il n'y a plus de webcam, plus le nom, vous avez le nom en titre, plus besoin d'avoir un nom, donc vous aurez le jeu directement. Je reviens comme à l'ancienne, hein, comme j'avais commencé en 2013 les vidéos, il n'y avait pas de webcam, il n'y avait pas d'overlay ni rien. Maintenant on revient comme les vidéos de base, hein, donc voilà, je suis désolé si ça vous chagrine, mais bon, bah, c'est de rechanger bon, en revenant un peu en arrière, parce que c'est avant tout le jeu qu'on fait découvrir, hein, la personne qui le fait. Voilà, je fais découvrir le jeu moi. Donc voilà, donc on va reprendre où on a été la dernière fois. Donc on avait reçu, souvenez-vous, la petite image, et je pense que je vais faire un petit, je vais retourner sur l'ordinateur parce que je me suis dit j'ai peut-être oublié quelque chose sur l'image. Je sais pas pourquoi, mais je sens qu'il y a quelque chose qui est oublié sur l'image. Non, c'était quoi déjà, mince. Mince, je sais plus. Ouais. Éteindre l'ordi, je vais juste voir pour la valise.
Eileen's girly suitcase. There's a sticker on it with her full name. Eileen Mildred Summers. Mildred. Oh, come on.
On fait passer ça. Donc c'était pour le mot de passe, plutôt le pass pour pouvoir aller sur l'ordi. Donc c'est Summers et je me souviens plus du mot de passe. Est-ce que c'est ça? C'est bon. C'était bien celui-là le mot de passe. Donc on va aller voir l'image, l'analyser. C'était la petite plante là. Je voulais analyser l'image.
Unusual flower over there, though. Never seen anything like it. Maybe worth printing?
Hop, on va aller imprimer l'image. Voilà, l'image de la fleur. Je me suis dit, c'est vrai que j'avais vu la fleur la dernière fois, mais j'ai pas prêté attention. Je vais réanalyser un truc quand même, parce que... est-ce qu'on peut bouger là? Forme un triangle équilatéral incliné.
That shape has to be significant somehow.
Voilà.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's all there is to find in this picture.
D'accord, il n'y a rien d'autre. Donc on fait retour, je pense. On peut retourner et on peut quitter. Je pense que ça va aider un petit peu. Donc là on a la page imprimée. On la prend.
Things are shaping up. I'm starting to get some good leads on the picture of the three lights.
Donc voilà.
Cool. Is there anything I can help with?
Well, my side of the room is starting to get a bit messy. There's always that.
Haha, I meant with the investigation, silly.
I guess you could try to find out more about these lights. Maybe figure out where that picture was taken.
I know exactly where to start.
Good. I'm gonna get some food now before I pass out.
Okie dokie. I'll grab my books and get cracking.
All right, see you in a bit.
Ok, donc voilà, c'est ce qui manquait la dernière fois pour passer à la suite.
Hey.
Hey!
So, any progress with the search?
Yeah, I was able to identify that flower. It's called the red scythe, or Rosea falcus. I discovered that there was a small nature reserve near Conwell Springs, which was established in '89. The red scythe is on their list of endangered plants. I made a photocopy of the botany book page in case you want it later.
That's something. I should go check it out. Maybe I can narrow down the place where that picture was taken. And, good work, Eileen.
Happy to help. So what...
Oh, hang on. I'll go get that.
Okie dokie.
Ah, c'est peut-être la madame qui nous appelle. C'est peut-être la madame qui nous appelle. C'est bon, on peut...
Hello?
This is Erica Wade calling for Kathy Rain.
Speaking.
Miss Rain, this is terribly awkward. I realize now how rude I was before. I wanted to apologize and ask if there is anything I can do.
On va accepter les excuses.
Apology accepted. You can start by answering a few questions.
Very well.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky? It may be an Air Force call sign.
I can't say that I do. Father had many friends in the Air Force, but no one I can recall by that name.
Peut-être le sien, hein, on sait pas.
What do you know about Lily Myers?
She was a young artist who lived somewhere in Conwell Springs. Killed herself, if I recall correctly. Dreadful thing.
Alors on va lui poser
But other
toutes les
than that,
questions.
not much. We never knew the family.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather that night in 81?
Not really, no. But what I do know is how it destroyed Father.
It did?
Oh, yes. The two of them were great friends once. And when Joseph was hurt, they hadn't been talking for some time. Father always hoped they would be able to reconnect one day. He kept putting it off, believing they had time. But in the end, it never happened.
So, what were things like back when they were still good friends?
Oh, they were like peas in a pod. Always sharing their war stories and laughing together. In a way, Joseph became the uncle I never had. He was around a lot when Father went out on business trips. Later on, I even met you a few times, when you were just a baby.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, no matter, you were so little then.
Erica, I have to ask. Why were you so defensive on the phone earlier when I tried to reach out?
Oh, I don't know, Kathy. Our families haven't been in touch for a long time. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but we all started drifting apart. My guess is that it had to do with Father's growing wealth. Friendship needs common ground, and we started living in different worlds.
Oui.
What happened to
On
your
a toujours,
grandfather was the final nail in the coffin. Father just couldn't bear seeing him like that, neither alive nor dead.
Oui, l'argent a toujours un pouvoir de pouvoir séparer les gens. Voilà, toujours, c'est toujours, hein, toujours. Ça peut, c'est très rare que ça rassemble, mais ça peut arriver. Allez, bon, je pense qu'on va lui poser.
What can you tell me about Mr. Wade?
My father is a great man. He has so many ideas, so much left to realize, which makes it hurt so much more to see him like this.
See him like what?
The illness and everything, of course.
Right. Yeah, it must be hard.
Oh, yes, indeed. I wish he wouldn't be so stubborn with his treatment. He could go to any state-of-the-art hospital, but insists on being treated in that backwater clinic in Conwell Springs.
The community clinic in the middle of town?
Yes, it's like he's given up and is just waiting for the inevitable to happen.
Ok. Poser toutes les questions.
Oh, that little
Ok,
girl had a
le
twisted
jeu qui
mind,
bug
let
un
me
peu,
tell
c'est
you
pas grave.
that. Oh, my father used to have a few pieces of hers in his collection. Horrible things. I couldn't understand why he ever decided to procure them in the first place.
You say used to have. Did he get rid of the paintings?
Oh, either that or he put them in storage somewhere. I haven't seen them for years. I never bothered to ask him why. Glad to be rid of
Je
them,
pense qu'on va
quite
devoir aller
frankly.
rechercher les photos et on peut pas.
Do you know anything about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
It's the one and only church in Conwell Springs. I was baptized there, and I married my husband there.
Anything out of the ordinary about them?
Oh, not really. They seem like a typical church to me.
Ok, c'est tout. Je pense que c'est tout.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Very well. Feel free to call back if you have any more questions.
D'accord, on peut la rappeler, donc très bien.
All right. Wade is in Conwell Springs. He's being treated in the clinic.
Ok, donc on va peut-être devoir aller à la clinique. Par contre, ouais, non, le jeu est un petit peu buggé, hein, ça arrive. Il y a un petit bug, il y a une phrase qui était, voilà, qui avait un petit bug et qui lançait pas le son de chère
That
Cathy.
was Erica Wade. Her father is being treated at the clinic in Conwell Springs.
Being treated? He's sick?
Looks that way. Small miracle they managed to keep it out of the press.
Yeah, I suppose you're returning to talk to him?
It'll have to be tomorrow. It's quite late for that now.
I suppose. Scrabble?
Oh, you're so on. I will crush you.
Ok. Donc un petit succès en même temps. Le succès du, je pense, de ce chapitre 2. Oula. Donc là on est dans un
Turning
rêve.
your pawn into a queen, is that the plan, buddy boy? You know me, I'm always playing the long game, old friend. That may be, but you're running out of pieces. First you lost your queen, then your knight. All that matters is the king. Delusional as always. The king is dead. Long live the king. Check.
Ok. Bon, il y a peut-être des petites significations, je pense. On est en septembre 95. Jour 3.
Good morning, sunshine.
Please tell me I dreamt all those Scrabble losses last night.
3 times in a row.
Rub it in, why don't you? I'll just go strangle myself now.
Oh, you. Don't be a sore loser. So what's the plan today?
Mr. Wade is the plan. I'll head for the clinic right away. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check out the church and the nature reserve.
Okie dokie. What can I do to help?
Why don't you continue looking into the lights? I have a feeling they're the key to solving all of this. You could also look up the history of Conwell Springs in general, see if anything unusual has been going on.
I'll get right on it.
Great. Thanks, E.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the page I gave you about the red scythe. It's a pretty interesting flower.
Right. Yeah.
Ok, donc là, ouais, on a... Ah non, j'allais dire, on a plus que ça. Non, non, ça... Il faut pas oublier. On va la lire. Lire.
It's a photocopy of a book page with information about the red scythe flower. Here's an interesting segment. Another interesting trait of the red scythe is the smell, which is familiar to that of a pepper. The pollen of the plant has also been known to cause hallucinations in concentrated amounts. Native American tribes harvested and smoked the plant for that reason, but the flower never caught on as a modern recreational drug due to the difficulty of growing it.
Ok. Donc là, on va pouvoir, je pense, sortir.
All right, I'm off. Peace out, E.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
Donc là, maintenant, on a le... Oula, on a 2 trucs. Oula, on a plusieurs trucs qui sont rajoutés. La clinique, l'église et la réserve naturelle. On va faire dans l'ordre. On va aller à la clinique d'abord. C'est bien, on a des trucs en plus. Oula. Là, c'est pas notre pote de la... Ah, j'ai l'impression que c'est celui qui était dans la... Dans la prison... Dans le...
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Je vais essayer. C'est celui qui était dans le poste de police.
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Gober. Everyone calls me Gober.
All right, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
On va lui poser des questions.
What's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
Je vais parler.
So, Tell me about this
On va lui
acting
poser
career of
les
yours.
questions pour en savoir
What
plus.
about it?
Tous les
Tell
films
me
qu'il a fait.
about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
Ok.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Ok, c'est très original comme.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of a 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
On va lui poser sur quoi faire né.
Natural Bald Killers?
Est-ce qu'il va
It's a
mourir?
dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Voilà, donc on va lui poser la question pourquoi ils meurent tous à la.
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
Ok.
Oh, never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
Consultez les notes.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
On va lui poser les questions.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
Donc à la guerre dans les années 80, je crois que c'était la guerre du Golfe. Donc oui. Donc il pouvait être appelé à la guerre.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother? Do you know who Lily
Poser
Myers
toutes les
was?
questions bien sûr aussi.
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Ok, on va lui parler.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
Bon, on est au courant qu'il marche encore. C'est bien. Allez. La
What do you
suite.
know about Lily Myers' art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
D'accord.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac the priest is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really, I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it, he's a friendly guy.
Ok, on en sait un peu plus.
All right. I might do that.
Donc c'est très bien pour là où on ira.
Okay,
Voir,
that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty,
La petite chapelle. Bon voilà, je pense que c'est bon.
Okay, I'm off.
bye!
Donc apparemment, l'église est une sale affaire de secte. On va essayer de rentrer. Est-ce qu'on pourra aller voir le Charles Wade? Ah c'est ça, il faut pouvoir rentrer aussi. Comment on peut aller le voir? On va aller quand même parler à la fermière pour voir.
Excuse me, nurse? Hey, nurse!
Yeah?
Somebody around here hates their job.
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow.
Ok, tableau de visage.
I can't read it from here. A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year.
Parce qu'on est en 95. Les magazines.
No thanks. Women's magazines make my brain melt. Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging. Smoking allowed. Guess this place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations. Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant.
On peut grimper quand même, on peut passer. Bon, on va passer.
No point. I wouldn't even know what room to
Ah bah
go
oui.
to.
Et tiens, si on avait demandé à notre pote le monsieur à l'extérieur, peut-être il va nous aider.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
Ah, performance en direct.
So, how good an actor are you?
The best! The very best!
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies, and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I knew it! She always gave me these strange looks.
Oh, on va essayer.
I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm
On
sure.
va pouvoir...
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
Le silence de... Ben, oui, le silence de Lino, vu que c'est c'est dans le... Comme il nous a dit dans le film. Heureusement qu'on lui a posé les questions dans le film.
Probably The Silence of Lambert.
Oh, I'm gonna be loud.
Ok, donc ouais. Là on peut rentrer. On pourra donc...
How Consuelo, how I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be! Hold me! Thank you. You've been a great audience.
Pretty sure she would object to that. That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow.
On va lui en parler peut-être.
Again? No thanks. I'm an apt.
Bon. Elle a peut-être pas aimé la prestation. C'est peut-être mal passé. Donc on va lui en essayer une autre.
Hey, doofus.
Oh,
Hey,
Sure?
On va tout essayer.
definitely.
I'm feeling.
Donc on va essayer. Tac, on va faire la suite.
Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Peut-être tout. En fait, il faut peut-être tous les faire. Hein. Au bout d'un moment, elle va peut-être. Il y a peut-être un qui va marcher ou un autre qui va la saouler et elle va partir. Je pense que c'est ça le but du.
Hey,
Oh,
Hey,
sure.
Surprise habituelle.
how about
Business.
Ce qui est drôle, c'est. J'avais pas vu, mais regardez sur le panneau. Alors, je sais pas si c'est un 4 ou si c'est un 0, mais on dirait qu'il est marqué 2017. Hein. C'est peut-être c'est peut-être marqué 24 heures sur 24, 7 jours sur 7. Hein, 24-7. Voilà. Ça, bah. Mais je pense que c'est ça, mais ça fait penser à 2017. Hein, on dirait presque un 0.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
I can't read it from here.
Ah, peut-être pendant qu'il fait son truc, on peut aller voir dans les dossiers. C'est peut-être pas bon ce que je fais, mais bon, on va aller refaire le dernier, peut-être le dernier.
Hey,
Comme ça, on verra ce que donnera le dernier.
Hey,
Sure.
Le coiffeur né.
natural bald killers would be the.
Bald move.
Allez, on va essayer ça.
Fernando.
Rows and
you're such a
columns
good
of
friend.
files.
I can't thank you
Probably easier.
for making me whole again. Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet, such as the world has never seen. Okay, Doctor, I'm counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Ok. Bon, en plus, on a un succès, comme quoi on a tout fait. Est-ce que...
Again? Nothing. A computer. Pretty sure she would object to that.
Ok.
Smoking a lot.
Ah, peut-être...
I prefer to smoke outdoors.
Ah non.
I prefer to smoke.
D'accord. Elle reste quand même... Peut-être si on met le feu, là...
I don't want to burn.
Non.
I don't see.
Ah, peut-être combiner ça avec ça.
I wish, but she'd just call security on me.
Ah, peut-être avec lui. On va lui donner à lui et il va...
I could, but only if I had a really. Want to smoke, buddy?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer. I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
I don't need to show. It's a photocopy of a. Here's an another. The pollen native. Do you know anything about this flower?
It's red?
Enlightening.
Donc, tac... Bon. Je pense pas qu'on puisse faire quelque chose. Je vais quand même tester...
I don't want to show her that. I don't want to show.
Bon, je pense pas qu'on puisse faire quelque chose là pour l'instant. Donc on va sortir, on va aller voir les autres endroits qu'on a de possible. Eh non, ça fait 24/7, mais ça fait quand même 2017, hein. Ça fait... c'est sympathique. Hop, on va aller voir ici et après on y va voir l'autre truc.
Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad you decided to come here.
Yeah, but just so you know, I'm not here to join your church or anything.
Oh, I would never assume that.
Good. So, with that out of the way, I have some questions.
Anything you need. I'm Isaac Price.
Kathy Rain, but I'm guessing you figured that out already.
I did. Rumors spread quickly around here. So how can I be of service?
On va lui poser toutes les questions.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a kind man. He did not deserve such a fate. You heard my speech at the funeral, Kathy. I meant every word. He was a great man who did much good for this community.
Did you know him personally?
In a way, he and my father did charity work together. Joseph was around a lot when I was young. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless and for the troubled youth, among other things.
So my grandfather was a member of the church?
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. He believed only in philanthropy. That being said, Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Really?
Oh yes, I was a teenager back then, full of rebellion, every fiber of my being wanting to distance myself from my father. Joseph made me realize my sinful pride and showed me how I should follow my heart regardless of what others might think. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Ok, on va lui poser toutes les questions.
Do you know anyone who goes by the nickname Cocky?
I have no idea. Sorry.
D'accord.
Does the name Lily Myers mean anything to you?
It does. I was a substitute teacher in her high school for some time before I was ordained.
Really? Did you know her personally?
We weren't close. I only knew her as much as a teacher would know any student.
All right, so how did she seem toward the end?
For one, she started skipping school a lot, and when she did show up, she was absent-minded and moody. She always looked depressed and hunched down like she had a whole world on her shoulders.
Any idea of what caused this change?
Not a clue. All I know is that when she returned from that last summer break, she was a whole different person.
Ok. Donc, changement de personnalité.
What's your opinion on Charles Wade?
No opinion. He used to be a prominent figure around here, but he doesn't appear much in town these days.
Actually, he's in the community clinic right now, getting medical treatment.
Oh, I wonder if it's serious. Perhaps I should go talk to him. Even men like Charles Wade need a priest when they're nearing the end of the line.
Je sais pas si la fin est proche.
Do you know anything about Lily Myers' art?
I saw a few pieces. Gorgeous work. Vibrant, surreal landscapes.
When was this?
Must have been mid-70s. The high school had open days with an art exhibition.
So, this was some time before she changed, right? You didn't see any of her later work?
No. By then she started skipping art class completely from what I heard.
Maybe she was afraid of what she might draw. I hear it was pretty twisted.
Could be, but alas, I suppose we'll never know what was truly haunting her.
I'm doing my best to find out. I don't believe the story to be as clear-cut as everyone makes it out to be.
An unusual theory. How so?
People have taken a particular interest in her art. I think there's more to it.
I wouldn't read too much into it, my child. It happens to all dead artists with any talent to speak of.
Ok, on va aller poser les questions sur son église.
Care to tell me the history of the church?
I'd be happy to. The story is a fascinating one. This church was founded by my father, William T. Price, in the 70s. Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through this area as he'd done so many times before. However, this day was different. My father held dark thoughts in his mind. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock and ending it all. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the sign of God. This epiphany was the moment my father had been waiting for. He sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here in Conwell Springs. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering followers. They began to refer to him as Father Bill.
I take it that window up there resembles what he saw when he had this epiphany?
Indeed, the stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity as witnessed by my father.
Do you know exactly when or where this event took place?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious. It's a captivating story.
Well, it was in the spring of 1971, but my father never told anyone where.
Okay, so what happened then?
People flocked to Father Bill. He started teaching, writing scripture. The church flourished and continued to grow all the way up until his sudden death in 1983. That's when I stepped in to take leadership of the church.
I take it that the church started declining after the death of Father Bill?
Yes, naturally so. With such a magnetic personality, he was irreplaceable. But I assure you the church is still very much thriving.
Looks kinda empty to me.
It's not really our peak hours.
What's up with you handing out pamphlets at funerals then? Trying to reel people in at a weak moment?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect, child. I'm simply providing divine guidance when it's needed the most.
Ok,
I could, but I think I have more to gain from a subtle strategy. I'll keep it to myself for now, until I know more about this church.
d'accord.
Father, do you know anything about this flower?
No, my child. Nothing at all.
Ok, est-ce qu'il y a d'autres trucs?
Do you recognize the men in this picture, Isaac?
Only your grandfather, and that's just because I was given a similar picture for the service the other day.
D'accord. Je pense que c'est tout.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Ok, là il y a une porte.
Could lead to a sacristy or a closet of some kind.
Hop,
Locked.
c'est fermé. Cette porte. Bon, on va aller voir toutes les portes. Hein. Le jeu nous demande de fouiller. Fouille.
Locked.
Fermé, très bien.
It's an altar. You know, the place where they put the sacrificed goats, kids, and other crap.
Hop, donc lui on l'a parlé. Hop.
I really shouldn't. They might burn. A bunch of red Bibles stacked in neat rows.
Ok, je pense qu'on n'aura pas d'autres.
Impressive window. There's no doubt about it. Those are the smoky lights.
Ça ressemble ouais, aux trois trucs. Hop, on va sortir, on va aller voir le dernier lieu. On va les visiter peut-être en faisant les trois, ça. Donc là, c'est une forêt, c'est ça? La réserve naturelle. Non, c'est la réserve naturelle. On va aller voir la réserve naturelle. Là, nous avons la plante. Donc ça, c'est l'endroit apparemment où il a été prise la photo.
Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken. I'm not sure what I expected to find here. I need to clear my head.
Oula.
What the?
We've met before, haven't we?
Et c'est l'homme de notre du rêve qu'on a eu.
Nope. Just no. I'd remember a creepy bald dude with makeup.
Memories can deceive, Kathy. Dig deeper.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
You told me, remember?
I feel strange. Am I dreaming?
C'est à cause de la plante, elle est à
It's
côté.
the mending. I will try to facilitate.
You're not real. I'm lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
She's the anomaly, the missing refrain, the convergence point of things past and events yet to happen.
Dial down the metaphors a notch, would you, Mr. Kafka? I get enough of that shit in English class.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my name was taken from me, so I claimed a color in its stead. The next time we meet, 'll know the exact hue of red. You're on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Ok.
Wait, what? How did I get here? Am I going crazy? Am I turning into mom?
Ok. Bon, on va aller voir ce qui s'y passe. S'il nous a envoyé ici, c'est pas... Y a pas de...
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
On va aller parler. Peut-être des choses à...
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What?
On va aller passer ça.
I don't see a reason to...
Ok.
Do you know anything about this flower,
Demander.
Grandma?
I can't say that I do. I remember seeing it growing in the woods, but I didn't think much of it at the time.
What do you see in this picture, Grandma?
I have no idea, but it's quite an eerie display. What is it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I found the picture hidden in the attic.
Oh, come to think of it, the trees do look similar to the ones in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area. I found out that the flower in the picture matches a rare local species.
Aren't you clever? Do let me know if you come across anything else.
Ok, bon bah je pense qu'on a tout fait, donc on peut...
Well,
quitter.
gotta go, Grams. Talk.
Bye, Cat.
Donc il doit y avoir autre chose. Si j'étais envoyé ici, c'est un peu pas normal. Il y a peut-être quelque chose à faire. Oh, d'autres. Quelque chose par ici.
It looks like someone was doing
Non, bon. Je pense qu'il nous reste juste le Charles Wade à aller voir, mais comment faire? Donc là, est-ce qu'on peut retourner dans la réserve naturelle? On va essayer d'y retourner. Ah, il y a un truc cette fois-ci.
Hello? Creepy bald guy. Guess no one's home. Looks like a specimen of the red scythe.
Donc on va la prendre, mais je pense qu'elle faudra pas.
It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it without a really good reason.
Morceau de papier.
That wasn't here before.
Donc on va le prendre, il y a peut-être quelque chose dessus.
What's this?
On va regarder. L'homme rouge. Ok, c'est un homme en rouge. Il n'y a rien d'autre. Il n'y a que la fleur. Il n'y avait que la fleur et ceci. On va sortir. Ah mais attendez, l'homme rouge, c'était pas le personnage que dessinait le... On va aller voir la cabane du lac, le gamin. Il avait dessiné un homme en rouge. Il dessinait un homme en rouge, elle disait là. La dame. Justement, hop. Ah si, j'avais pas vu, il y a une mouette sur le...
Oh, it's you.
No Nathan today?
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day, probably out in the woods.
Ouh, c'est bizarre parce que j'ai trouvé un dessin déchiré de lui.
No reason to show her.
Ah. Voilà.
Looks like Nathan knows the strange red man. I need to talk to him about this.
L'homme rouge. On va poser des questions sur cet homme rouge. Donc ça c'est sa maman. Ah non, ça c'est la sœur.
That must be Lily. She seems very happy looking up at the red man.
Ouais, l'homme rouge, ça
Is this how
sent
Nathan
bizarre,
still
ça
sees
sent pas bon.
himself? As a little boy? A bald man dressed in red.
Oui, quand même lui poser des questions au sujet de cet homme rouge.
I had a few more.
Shoot.
Do you know who the Red Man is?
Oh, that's just Nate's imaginary friend. The Red Man has been around ever since my boy was little.
I see. So there's no actual person in town he could be referring to?
No way! According to Nathan, the Red Man hasn't changed
Comment
in
c'est le
30
cas?
years.
The Red Man actually exists. I met him in the forest.
What? That's crazy talk. Stop kidding around. I am not in the mood.
Ok, elle va aller.
I don't need to ask her about. Do you know anything about this flower?
Sure. Smoked it a few times back in the day, before it was endangered and all.
Yeah? What was it like?
Similar to pot, but stronger and more unpredictable. Never touched the stuff after I got pregnant with Lily.
All right. Sue, what do you see in this picture?
My God, that looks like one of Lily's paintings.
Wow, really? Can you describe it?
It was a nighttime scene, just like the photo, but the lights were floating above the lake. There was a pale hand reaching up from beneath the surface trying to touch them. The forest in the background was on fire, making the sky purple and red. There were probably other details too, but that's what I can remember.
Sounds captivating. Wish I could have seen it.
Ok, bon, je pense que là on
I
a
think I'm
rajouté
gonna head
des
off
trucs.
now.
Sure thing, little cat.
Par contre, il est où le gamin? Elle a dit qu'il était dans la forêt, mais on ne sait pas trop où il est. Est-ce qu'on peut le retrouver de suite? Par contre, cette mouette. Ouais, tac. Non,
I
c'est
can
pas ça
see.
que je voulais faire. Je voulais voir dans le truc. Je sais que c'est... Oh, ça se fait pas, mais bon. On sait jamais, il y a peut-être une interaction.
I don't want to zap that.
Un peu normal. On va essayer. On va éviter. Donc, apparemment, il est peut-être dans la forêt. On va aller voir ça. Est-ce que ça a déclenché quelque chose? On va voir ça. Non, ça n'a pas l'air d'être ceci. On va lui parler à lui, à l'homme en rouge. Peut-être il va nous donner des infos. On va voir, je vais voir.
Hello, Isaac. I've got a few more questions for you.
I'm all ears, my child.
Donc l'homme en rouge.
This may sound strange, but have you heard of or seen a strange man dressed in red?
Only our Lord and Savior Jesus. Surely his rags were drenched in blood as he lay upon the cross.
That's not what I meant. I mean someone here in Conwell Springs.
Are you joking? I haven't seen a person like that, no.
Ok. Bon, au moins, heureusement. il
That's
nous
all
aura
I need for
donné
now, Father.
des infos.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Bon, on va sortir. On va sortir. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut voir d'autre? Voilà, la clinique. Peut-être lui, il en sait des choses sur l'homme en rouge. On va voir.
Hey,
Oh, hi!
I had a few more.
Fire away!
L'homme rouge.
I don't need to ask him about that.
Ah non, il peut pas. Donc ok. Tac. Bon.
Okay, that's.
All right.
Hey,
Sure.
probably.
Oh, I'm.
Je vais voir si on peut pas regarder les dossiers avec ça et regarder un truc.
I can't read it from here.
Oh, I wish I could speak.
I can't read it.
I have so many things left to say.
I can't
My
read it from
chest,
here.
no!
Rose
It
and
can't
Colin.
be. Hold me.
Pretty sure she would object.
Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Ça n'a a l'air de fonctionner. Alors là, par contre, il y a un petit chargement. Hop.
She looks bored out of her mind. Pretty understandable, to be honest.
Donc là, ah d'accord, ça me fait un petit succès. Alors jamais, par contre la porte reste ouverte. Elle se ferme pas du tout. Non là il y a peut-être quelque chose que j'ai pas fait. Faut peut-être poser les questions à d'autres. Ah attendez. Peut-être au poste de police, ils savent quelque chose. Un homme en rouge. On va voir. Ce qu'ils savent.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
Nah, I don't want to.
D'accord.
Do you know anything about a weird bald guy dressed in red around here?
You're joking, right?
Oh, never mind.
Ok.
Hey, Lenny, do you recognize this flower?
Yeah, I accidentally inhaled pollen from one of them when I was a kid. I remember being sick and delirious for days.
Scary. Where did you come across this flower?
Somewhere in Conwell Woods. Not sure where exactly.
All right.
D'accord. Bon.
Do you know what this is?
I have no idea. Looks creepy, whatever it is. Where did you get it?
Grandpa had it hidden away in the attic.
Probably for a good reason, then. Be careful out there.
D'accord. Donc il nous aide pas plus.
Well, gotta go.
See ya!
Tuc.
A bunch of cops.
Vu que l'autre y est plus.
How's the paperwork coming along, Lenny?
Okay, I guess. Maybe
Donc il doit plus y être notre. Ah non, il y est plus. Donc on peut plus. Je pense qu'il n'y a plus besoin de faire quoi que ce soit ici. Hop. Tiens, si je posais des questions à lui. On va essayer, hein. On va essayer.
Hello, Sheriff.
L'homme en rouge.
Do you know anything about a weird bald guy dressed in red around here?
What the hell are you talking about?
Never mind.
Ok.
Do you recognize this flower?
Matter of fact, I do. It's a local endangered plant with mild narcotic properties.
Yeah? Have you come across any users in the area?
Sure, but it's a bit tricky to do anything about it. Using it as a substance is technically legal.
Ah, so the illegal part is picking it in the first place.
Yes, knowingly picking the flower is a crime, according to the Endangered Species Act of 1973.
Gotcha, thanks.
Ok. On va essayer cette image.
Do you know what this is?
Ah, it's just some kids playing pranks with flashlights.
D'accord, bon. D'accord. Donc je pense que c'est bon.
That's all for now.
Au niveau des questions.
Good.
Alors maintenant, tout ce qui nous reste, c'est de trouver, le gamin. Je pense que il y a plus que ça. Le gamin, il a dû s'enfuir, il a dû partir. Il n'est pas revenu. Tiens, je vais aller voir ici. Il y a peut-être quelque chose. Il y a peut-être quelque chose à faire. Et dès qu'on a tout, on pense avoir tout, cherché, bah on se retrouve à se sentir un peu bloqué dans ce genre de jeu, mais après il suffit juste de combiner un truc qui...
The grave is brim.
D'accord, donc là il y a pas grand chose. tourner dans les... Regardez le thermomètre.
55 degrees. Conwell Lake. Oh, gee, I would, but
Il y a la mouette. Oui,
thick, dense forest. What were you
on va essayer.
Oh, it's you.
Je sais pas si on peut voir. On peut voir les autres dessins, j'ai vu qu'il y en avait d'autres. Non, apparemment les autres dessins ne fonctionnent pas. Non. Non, non. Peut-être ressortir.
It was fun the last time, but
Ok, bon. On va donc sortir, je pense pas que ça change quelque chose. Bon. Je pense pas que ça change quelque chose. Attendez, ah si, on va peut-être devoir appeler peut-être la dame qui sait quelque chose. Ah oui, bah si, on va devoir aller appeler la fille de Charles Wade pour pouvoir rentrer et le voir. On voudrait bien lui parler. Je pense qu'on va devoir lui poser des... Je sais pas si ça va marcher, mais bon. On va la rappeler.
Wade residence?
hi, this is Kathy Rain.
Hello again, Miss Rain.
On va lui poser des questions au sujet de l'homme rouge.
I don't need to ask.
C'est tout? Oh mince.
Okay, that's
Very well.
On va le ramasser, on va l'appeler.
nah. I don't need to call E right now. We'll catch up tonight.
D'accord, pas la peine. On va appeler la base aérienne. Ça fait peut-être quelque chose.
McConnell Air.
Hi.
Sure thing.
I don't see a. All right, that's
Goodbye, man.
Ok. L'homme rouge.
nope. Couldn't find. No result for. Nah, no. I got that number. I got her family's. No result. Nah.
Ok, y a rien du tout.
Eileen gave me this. Might contain useful information if I come across.
Ok. Donc, je pense qu'il y a quelque chose à faire. Mais que j'oublie de faire, comme d'habitude. Donc là, on va aller se rendre... Allez, je vais aller me rendre à la clinique. Je pense que... Voilà, je vais retourner dans la réserve naturelle et après je vais aller voir dans la clinique, mais... Combiner avec la fleur.
Yep, it's definitely the right flower.
Pas notre truc à aller. Non, il n'y a que sortir et sortir. C'est tout. Il n'y a que la fleur. Il y avait que la fleur et le. Donc il doit rester quelque chose à faire. Bon, bah là on va aller. Je vais aller me diriger vers la clinique. Je vais voir s'il n'y a rien d'autre à cliquer. Bon. Attendez, il y a un autre truc par ici. Non, c'est rien, c'est du décor. Ok, bah très bien, bon, bah, on va aller sauvegarder, enregistrer la partie. On va appeler ça le Redman. Le Redman, on va pas l'appeler l'homme rouge. Le Redman. Et donc voilà pour cet épisode. On va revenir au menu. Et donc voilà pour cet épisode. C'est terminé pour celui-ci, donc je vous retrouve pour le prochain. Le prochain, on va savoir peut-être enfin qui est cet homme rouge. Je vais peut-être... voilà. Généralement, après les épisodes, j'ai toujours un petit truc qui vient, qui me dit que... Voilà, un petit truc qui vient, qui me fait dire « Ah oui, t'as peut-être oublié là », donc voilà, ça arrive que je trouve à l'épisode d'après, parce que j'ai toujours un petit truc qui fait que hop, je me dis j'ai peut-être oublié, voilà, mais non. Et donc des fois ça le fait, des fois ça le fait pas, hein. Des fois ça met un moment. Heureusement qu'il y a plusieurs semaines avant le tournage de chaque épisode, donc voilà, ça peut arriver que je mette un moment avant de trouver la suite. Donc voilà pour cet épisode, je vous remercie de m'avoir suivi et je vous donne rendez-vous au prochain. Allez, salut à tous.